Hello, part two. Laura, hello. First to comment on part one. Julie, hello. Star, it's fine. We can do your opening now, my lovely. Hi, Olivia. Hello, hello, hello. You were the last person I called, Star, and I was about to move on, so you're here now. That's fine. We can do your opening now. Not a problem. Linda, Cara, hello. I do apologise. It kicks me off. Please follow us on YouTube. The link is in the description above, and the live video part 1 and 2 will be posted on there tomorrow. So if it's not on the Pearls of Brecon page, you can definitely find it on YouTube and also on our website, which is here, also in the description above. The link is. If you go to live dates and links, and then you can click on the links there, and it'll bring up each live video. That will be on the day after as well. So if you can't see anything on the page, do have a look at all of those, and we can see. You'll be able to see all the videos. Okay, so Star Corley then. Star, you have 4 openings altogether and a 4 pearl oyster. What 4 oyster? Oh, you've sent a loyalty card as well. Let me have a little look for you. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so 5 oysters altogether and a 4 pearl oyster. What 5 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? So I'm just going to grab your 4 pearl oyster for you. Whichever 5 oysters would you like, my lovely? All mystery and keep this time. Okay, so 5. Ooh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just going to get all of these open for you. Star, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Still trying to figure out. Okay, well, if you still don't know by the end of your opening, you can just take a screenshot of all of your pearls and you can email me your colour choices. So don't feel rushed at all. If you don't know, it's absolutely fine. So it shouldn't be small on YouTube, Joe. It should be a normal size. Once you click on it, it should open up to a normal size, I believe. Right, let's go down, Star. So as you can see, your oysters are here. Mystery oyster number 1. Now we are going to be cleaning them as we go as well, so please bear with me. You've got quite a nice sharper pop there, and straight away with oyster number 1, I can see that we have a dark silver to start with, and there's no more in that one. So like I said, I'm going to be cleaning them as we go, so please bear with me. Oh, you've got quite a nice pearl blister in this one. It's my normal hair, Mel. I've got it half up, half down today. That's all. I felt like a little bit different. So first pearl is a silver pearl there. Moving on to oyster number 2. And again, quite a nice pop with that one. And in here we have a lemon yellow. And there's no more in that one. So again, I'm just going to dry this one up for you. So here is your lemon yellow. You can find our live date schedule on the pinned post on the Pearls of Brecon page or in the events section on the page as well. Moving on to your third mystery oyster. Oh, and we've got a double pop there. And in here, Star, I can see straight away you are twinning. And you're twinning with blush pinks there. Slightly different shades to each other. You've got one lighter, one brighter blush pink there. And again, there's no more in that one. So we're just going to take the flesh off here as we go. Okay, and I'm just going to pop them straight in the sand of these ones. Okay, so you can see you've got the one slightly lighter, one slightly darker pink there. Then you've still got 3 oysters to go. So moving on to the next mystery oyster. And quite a nice deep pop there. And in, oh, you've got a runaway. In here, 1 and 2, you are twinning for a second time. And you're twinning with Blurple pearls. Now, Blurples are a mix between a blue and a purple. Let me take the flesh off here as well. So let me just take the flesh off here. So these are your Blurple twins. Again, I'm just going to dry them up and pop them in the sand for you. And then moving on to the last of your mystery oysters. And you've got quite a nice sharp pop there. And let's have a squidge in here. We have a brighter coral. And there's no more in that one. So you have a brighter coral. Years, like 3, maybe 4 years ago, Lydia, I did have white sand as well, but I've just found that the black sand I get along a lot better with. Okay, so here is your coral pearl star, and then moving on to your last oyster, which is going to be your 4 pearl quadding oyster. So in here, there's one side, and the other side, and in here you are quadding. Let me just pop all of those out there, and there's no more in that one. So again, I'm just going to take the flesh away from here, and then we'll have a closer look at those colours as well. Okay, so I'm just going to dry these up for you. Now, Star, if you have a look at all of these, and if you're happy with these, that's perfect. I'll need to know which ones you'd like where. or if you're not sure, please take a screenshot and then you can email me with your colour choices if that's okay. So out of the quadding oyster, you've got the Pepsi Blue, Blush Pink, Black Cherry and a dark purple. At the top here, if I go from the top, you've got a lemon yellow, a silver, twinning blurples, twinning blush pinks, one which is lighter, one which is slightly darker. You've got a coral, then you've got the Pepsi Blue, Blush Pink, Black Cherry and dark purple. Okay, so what do you think to those? Like I say, if you'd like to take a screenshot, you can do so. And if you know now, that's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to pop them on the board for you. So the lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Blush pink, the slightly darker of the two, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Slightly lighter blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Blurple twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Blurple twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. You then have your coral, he's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Dark purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Your black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Blush pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the Pepsi Blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. Okay, so we'd like to have the coral for a bright burgundy red, yellow for a light purple. The brightest red I have at the moment would be, got quite dark reds at the moment. I mean, that's brighter than your black cherry that you've got, so I'll hold that up and see if that one's okay. And the yellow for a lighter purple. Yep. Have a look at those for me. So the two in the centre there, purple and red. And then of course the coral and the yellow at the bottom. If you're happy with those swaps, they will be taken away. Blush pink for rose gold, no, for gold and rose gold. Okay. So the two at the top, rose gold and gold here, I've added them in. So what I'll do is I'll just put the ones we've added in at the top here, just so it's clearer. Your original pearls are below, the 4 at the bottom, the ones we'll be swapping out, and then the top row, the ones we've added in. We're fully booked for today, Jo. Oh, I love, Suzanne, a campfire sounds lovely. Blurple on the earrings, the rest on hoop fittings. Okay, so you do have some hoop fittings, but the invoice for the additional hoop fittings will get sent for you tomorrow. That will go to the email address that's on the order form there, Star. I hope you're happy with that. Let me just pop all of these in here for you. And then on here as well. And I'm just going to wrap up your shells. You're going to have a couple of parcels just because you've got a few shells here. Hello.
Bonjour.
Thank you.
Au revoir.
Wait, Bab, come back. Oh, I don't think he heard me. Thank you. Sorry, can you just keep 2 shells? I have the rest. Oh, okay. That's fine. Well, I've already cleaned these ones, so I'll keep them out of the pot, which need cleaning. Oh, the flesh taken away. And then you can keep these ones. Okay, not a problem. Okay, so Star, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe over there for you. Okay, perfect. Up next then is Cara Schoen. Cara, are you here? I broke a light earlier, Wendy. So it was set up, but because I broke the light, it will have to be on the next live that I can get that fixed. So yeah, and we're going to be far away. That is the new setup. Hopefully you can still see everything, and the main thing is the pearls, and obviously we've got the 2 cameras, so you can see those very clearly when we go down. Cara, hello. Oh, bless you. I'm so sorry it did cut off then, but hello, hello, hello. We'll do your normal opening first. So you've got 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Mystery and donate. Thank you for commenting on your comment there, because it is bringing it forward. Okay, so Cara, are there certain colours that you're hoping for with this one, my lovely? So that's 2 mystery oysters, and let's go down. Mystery oyster number 1. Oh, quite a nice deep pop there. Okay, so there's your mother of pearl, and I can see straight away a larger, darker pearl there. Let me have a squidge. There's no more in that one. Okay, so he's quite a nice darker gunmetal grey, but he does have a slight blue tone to him. So slight midnight blue vibes coming off that one. And then moving on to Mystery Oyster number 2, we have a softer pop there. And in here, there's a little bit of flesh left on this side. So I'm just going to have a squidge, and you can see there's no pearls there. but I can see, oh, if I just push that down, 1 and 2, you are twinning. And there's no more in that one. You're twinning with blush pink twins. And let me dry these up for you. So you've got one lighter, actually different sizes as well. So the lighter one is visually larger. The darker one is visually smaller. So you can definitely see the size difference there. And there's a slight colour difference as well. Cara, what do you think to these though? And if you're happy, which ones would you like on the jewellery? If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So if I pop them on the board, the darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8, he's an 8.5. Visually larger pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the visually smaller of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5, so they are measuring at different sizes there. Oh, I've just buried it in the sand as well. That doesn't help, does it? There we go. Cara, what do you think to those? Oh, sorry, it's gone a bit bright, didn't it? There we go. Excuse me. Can we swap the blush pink for forest greens for jewellery? Of course we can. So let me just take the pinks away and let's have a look for some greens. Oh, these seem like they're the same size there. Okay, can you just confirm for me if you're happy with these, my lovely? Let me hold them up so you can have a closer look. So, beautiful darker greens there. I'm just going to write down, we're going to have greens on there. But like I say, just confirm for me if you're happy with those. Oh, let me bring you back up. Beautiful, perfect. Okay, and Cara, you are starting off our Dizzy Treasures. So, with the Dizzy Treasure, I just need to snip. I'm so sorry. I just suddenly thought I'm going to have a something in to just show the difference between a normal opening and a Dizzy Treasure opening, because I'm going to need, so yeah, if I just make some, I'm not making sense, I know what I mean. Okay, so with the Dizzy Treasure, is there a certain number you're hoping for? I'm going to spin, so good luck, my lovely. And it hasn't clicked over. If you can see here, it hasn't clicked over, so you're actually in number 6. So number 6 is a bracelet of your choice with 2 oyster openings. So if you can either message the page or send me an email with your 5-digit order invoice number and what bracelet you would like, and then I can get that booked in for you. Now, you've got 2 oyster openings with that bracelet, so they come from the surprise bag, which is this bag here. In this bag are a mix between the Nunu and the Expand the Rainbow oysters. You get to have 2 oyster picks, and one of the pearls on here will go on your bracelet unless you request more, which is absolutely fine as well. So, would you like to keep or would you like to donate these shells? And I hope you're happy with that pick. Let's go down. So, oyster number 1. I know, I've still got the larger green scissors though, Joe. Donate, Cara, perfect. So there's both sides. And in oyster number 1, you are twinning. And you're twinning with sunshine yellow twins there. So there's no more in that one. So beautiful sunshine yellow twins there. And then moving on to oyster number 2, which again is from your surprise bag. There's one side and the other side. Oh, I'm just going to do that first side again. And in here, oh, you have a runaway. You have a darker chocolate. And there's no more in that one. Cara, I hope you're happy with these colours. And like I say, if you can pop me an email over or message the page with your order number and what bracelet you would like, and then I can get that booked in for you. I will be going through in the morning. So if you can do it tonight, that's brilliant. If not, just at your earliest convenience and I can get it booked in for you, okay? I hope you're happy with those colours. If I pop them on the board, yellow number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Yellow number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the chocolate, ooh, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. No, I'm glad you're happy with those. Let me bring you back up again. So that's any bracelet off the website of your choice, no matter on the price, no matter on anything. It's completely your choice, my lovely. Obviously, it has to be a bracelet which comes with an oyster opening, but that's the only bit there. So I do hope you're happy with those. Let me just pop one of these in there. Okay, and of course, when you pop me that email over, let me know which pearl you would like on there as well. Cara, thank you for the donations with your shells, my lovely. And that's safe up there. I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, up next is Katie Louise. Katie, are you here? Katie Louise, are you here? Katie, hello, excited. So you also have a dizzy treasure today. I hope you've all had a little read of the list. Is there a certain number you're hoping for? I am just going to move the camera so you can see. There is nothing obviously stopping that wheel at all. That's just the mystery bag there, but it's not touching it, you can see. So let's give it a spin, Katie. Good luck, my lovely. And smack bang in the middle of number 2. So number 2 is a set pendant of your choice with one oyster opening. So that is number 2. That means any pendant that's on the website which comes with an oyster opening, which is not a cage pendant you can pick. So basically that is a large range of items you can pick from, completely your choice. Of course, you've already let me know the chain length and style here, which is perfect. And we'll do your oyster opening now. So that comes with one oyster opening, and then the pearl that comes from this oyster, oh, excuse me, the pearl that comes from this oyster will be the one that goes on that pendant. So that may be, the reason I love this is because it may be that the colour of pearl influences what you're going to choose, which is why I like it as well. Katie, I hope you're happy with that choice. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Let's open up your surprise oyster. There's one side. Oh, and the other side. And in here, you are twinning, and you're twinning with light purple, almost pinkle-esque colour twins there. And there's no more in that one. Now, I haven't seen if you'd like to keep or if you'd like to donate your shells, so I'm just going to keep the shells there for a moment. Oh, you'd like to donate them. That's perfect. Let me pop them up there. Okay, so if I dry these pearls off for you, pinkly purple twins. What do you think to these? Let me hold them up so you can see. So you get to pick a set pendant, and then one of these pearls will go on there. Katie, I hope you're happy with that. Again, if you could pop me an email or a message to the page with your order number, the 5-digit order number, and your choice, and I can get that booked in for you. Pinkle number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And then Pinkle number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well, so they're the same size there. Oh, Katie, thank you for the stars. Katie Louise, I hope you're happy with that, my lovely. Let me bring you back up. And that's on there for you. You love them, perfect. Well, I look forward to your choice, my lovely, and just email that over whenever you're ready. Of course, if you can do it tonight, that means it will get booked in tomorrow morning. If not, just whenever you're ready. It doesn't have to be tonight because I do know it is a little bit later now, isn't it? But that's safe up there, and thank you for the donations with your shells as well. Okay, and up next is Janet Lloyd. Janet, are you here? Thank you, Angie. So I'm looking for Janet Lloyd. Janet, are you here? Very gothic tonight. Oh, I must admit, most of my teens, I had the flicks on both inside the eye and a very thick eyeliner with the really, really long flicks. And I had very, very pale makeup. I wouldn't say I was like the full goth look, but I did have that sort of vibe in my teens. Do you, Becky? Let me see if I can clear it. Katie, you're very, very welcome. Okay, so I've just done that, so let's see if that clears it. If not, you may have to come out and come back in again. Last call for Janet Lloyd. If not, we'll move on. Janet, if you are here, please type "I'm invisible." It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anyone else sees Janet's comment, please comment on that comment. Thank you, Samantha. Okay, so I haven't seen Janet. We're going to move on. Up next then is Tony Martin. Tony, are you here? Tony, hello. Okay, so Tony, you also have a dizzy treasure. Good luck, my lovely. Okay, so... Oh, it hasn't clicked over. You have number 6. Can you see that? It hasn't quite clicked over yet. So number 6 is also a bracelet of your choice with 2 oyster openings. So that will be a bracelet which comes with an oyster opening already. You get to pick that bracelet, and then if you could pop me an email or a message to the page with your 5-digit order invoice number and your bracelet choice. Now it comes with 2 oyster openings, which we'll do now. Oh, we're going to go for both of those because they came out in my hand together. Now one of the pearls can go on the bracelet. If you'd like more than one of the pearls on the bracelet, that's absolutely fine. It will be an additional invoice, but just let me know that in the email as well. And of course what colour you would like. You've not got a bracelet yet. Perfect. Also, I will say anybody who would like a bracelet, if you pick a bracelet and would like an extender chain on it, that's absolutely fine. Include it in the email. The extender chains are not an additional price. Okay, so I've got a 4cm or a 6cm extender chain I can add on. Like I say, not an additional price. Just let me know if you'd like that in the email as well. So, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, Tony? Let's go down. Oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And ooh, straight away quite a nice larger sized Pepsi blue there. There's no more in that one, so I'm just going to dry him up. And again, I'm just going to keep the shells next to me until I see if you'd like to keep or if you'd like to donate them. So this is your Pepsi blue. Almost looks like he's got blurple to him, a little bit of purple. I'm going to say it's definitely base Pepsi blue though. And then if I just pop this to the side, moving on to oyster number 2. Oh, you'd like to keep your shells. I'm just going to clean them as we go then, otherwise I end up getting a pile of shells next to me. So bear with me just a second. There we go. Okay. So moving on to oyster number 2. This shell's broken slightly. I'll do my best to try to keep it as intact as I can. Okay, there's one side